Namaskar. Welcome to you all for our session on the chakra, the wheel of life. Today we are going to practice some of very deep meditations on the chakra. Along with that, we will going to understand the concept of prana today. So every day, little by little, we try to explore and reveal the basic concept of the prana and understanding behind its role in our daily life, how we can use the concept and the practices so that we can develop our concentration, our focus, and make our life more better. So today's episode is based on the prana. So let's understand first what exactly the prana is. And since you know what we are going to focus about the chakra as as a life, all our life structure is based on these pranic centers as we see the blueprint of our life. So today's session is the prana, and in this session we are going to understand different various understanding of prana, the concept, how this energy is evolved with the science, and uh, there are two basic forms of prana. One is the cosmic prana, we say Mahaprana, and one is the individual prana. The cosmic prana is a prana which is everywhere, all around you. Whatever you know, you feel, everything is the cosmic prana. So somehow it is developed by the concept of the science, as we say, the Big Bang theory. Similar concept is there in the yoga text. We say when there is electron clouds, all the basic prana or mahaprana is somehow just in a small, very dense cloud, electron cloud, and when it is burst, a big bang happened, and then the universe developed, the universe expanded in many, many galaxies and stars. This is whole cosmos, whole universe. And as the same prana is understood in the same way, then this burst the name of Vyoma Om. From the Om, the Big Bang, the whole universe, whole Brahmand, the universe is developed after that. And all prana which is came out with the sound of Om create the space where many galaxies, the universe, the earth, moon, sun, everything exists. So Mahaprana is like, or cosmic prana is like universe. So the concept is very similar. So just like universe, we say the expansion of these electron clouds. Similarly, the prana is expansion of this Mahaprana. Just like you say the relation between energy and matter, the science believes that the smallest unit of the matter is the quark. And if you go to the quantum physics, it says that a very quantum level of the atom, if you go very deep, if atom is there, if you break the atom, then electron, proton, neutron, again you break it, that uh, positrono or uh, some quark, a basic unit of energy is there. Then Neil Bohr gave a theory that every atom has a dual nature, the wave nature as well as the particle nature. Later on, uh, the science also understood that the basic is the wave nature or the nature of the quark, the nature of the energy, the movement of energy in orbits, in orbitals. So this creates whole matter. Similarly, the prana is the base unit of every creatures, every shape, size, matter, particles we see is actually made up of the prana. Everything in the universe is nothing but just the prana, and different shape and sizes are there because of the different vibration and constituents and movements of prana in different dimensions. Sometimes these prana are contracted or sometimes is expanded it changes into many static and dynamic functions, and it develops a very clear, which is function which we can see, which we can feel all over in our daily life. In the universe, also there are so many things which is hidden as a dark matter, which is static, which we cannot understand because of its very dense structure. So that is also a part of the prana. So you can say whatever our life is actually made of the basic element, that is the prana. Again, prana has different forms. It has created by different compositions. It creates different atoms and elements which have different basic forms of our life. Even we have the life, the living things and non-living things are the different forms of the prana. There are various tattvas. There are various, in science we say, the solid state of any element, the liquid state of any element, the gaseous state of element. The state here is called the tattva in the yogic philosophy. So we believe not the three, like the science, we have the five forms of the prana, the five tattvas, the solid structure, the solid state of any element is known as the Prithvi Tattva, the earth element. The liquid state is known as the water element. The energy state, the pure state of energy, we say the fire state, fire element. The gaseous state of an element, as we say, is the Vayu Tattva or the air element. And when this any which is formless or which is just a space, it is called a space element. So it is like every element or atom have their five dimensions, five forms, which is known as the tattva. So here, whenever we talk the tattva, it is actually the different forms or dimensions of the same element, same prana, the energy. And also, we are going to discuss about the bindu and the kundalini. As we see, the cosmic prana, uh, which is all around you, is somehow linked with your individual prana, your individual self, in the form of the kundalini. For example, when you switch on, then the light comes. There is a switch inside your body near the Muladhara chakra. We will discuss about the Kanda and the chakras little later, but there are somewhere a switch in your pelvic region. When you switch on, then you get connected with the cosmic prana. This get switch on and get connected with the cosmic prana is known as Kundalini awakening. So we discuss the Kundalini in detail in a later classes, but somehow Kundalini is supposed to be the cosmic prana. When we connected with the cosmic prana, that action, that phenomena is called Kundalini. But there is also one origin of the prana or individual prana, which is known as the bindu. Bindu is a very condensed uh, energy which is inside our body and which creates a special energy within us, which is our life energy, or you can say physical energy. So somehow it is believed that in our philosophy that some contraction of Mahaprana happens, when cosmic energy contracted in a form of very small dot. Bindu means the dot, very small dot. Just like in a cosmos there is a black hole, similarly in our body there is a bindu, a very small dot, and it is a result of contraction of Mahaprana. Just like a black hole develops in a universe, like that in our human body there is a concept of bindu, this is black hole, which is the result of contraction of Mahaprana. And this bindu release some drops of nectar. We discuss this a little later. So this gives us the physical energy and vital energy. So there are two types of energy working in our body, the physical energy and the vital energy. We discuss today about this. So there are varieties of chemical reactions happen in our body when we take air, when oxygen goes inside the blood, and then a lot of reactions happens in the blood, and just like ATP reactions and energy develops in a body, and wherever it is needed because of this energy combustion, the ATP reactions, then energy move to that part of the body. Not only that, when we eat food, then the carbohydrates, the fructose, the maltose, the glucose, these compounds give us energy to the body, which works different parts of the body. All these phenomena of respiration or the digestive system, we take energy from outside to inside. So this is called the transaction of energy from outside to inside. Not only that, there are various other forms also where we go through this business of transaction of energy from outside to inside. So there are some chemical reaction in the terms of chemistry, but in terms of yogic philosophy, we say there are some pranic transaction happens in different ways in our body, and this can be understood in a chemical forms, chemical reactions also. There are so many spectrum of prana from our cellular system to motor function that continuously happen to our body. So some, for example, there are some neurotransmitters due to electromagnetic field. The electrotransmitter works, and then neuron passes information from one place to another places, and then your sense organs and motor organs functions due to this uh, some function of the brain. There are, because of electromagnetic function in the body, there are some polarization. North pole and south pole develop in our body in different parts where the functions of the body, the movement of hormones, the movement, the function of the ducts, the function of the blood vessels, many functions develops with these polarizations and transformation. Energy is transformed in a various ways. Sometimes it changes into kinetic energy to heat energy, sometimes heat energy to kinetic or different forms of energy. So various forms of energy is continuously transformed from one part to another part in various chemical chain or various physical energy and vital energies. But sometimes this pranic function get contaminated, and this contamination develops by various reasons. uh, in science, we say various chemical reactions may be due to some chemicals or due to some microbial organs, viruses or bacteria, or other was in yogic terminology, we say because of various blockages of prana in the pranic channels. And if there are some blockages happen in the pranic movements, then contamination develops. Why these blockages happens, we'll discuss a little later. But yes, there are some movements throughout your body is going on as an individual prana. And not only that, there is a transaction of prana between your body and your and outside the body, the cosmos and your individual prana is continuously going on. So this process, overall process, we can understand as a vyasti prana, a individual prana. Now we are talking about the bindu. So you can see here the diagram of this bindu. So there is some concept of bindu like a center where there is a drop of nectar is always flowing through our this place, the just back of the head, this side, to different centers of the body, and then it vaporized, and then the prana develops in the body. So this physical energy or this vital energy is coming out by this nectar, which is dropping from the bindu chakra or bindu. And this actually, the visarg means when bindu excrete some nectar or produce some nectar, which is getting out from the bindu area, this back of the head, and to the different parts or centers of energy. And this is also known as soma or nectar. Soma is a Sanskrit word which meaning as a nectar. There are some myth about this soma. They're full of stories in the Purana and the Upanishad. and other tantras, there it is explaining about the soma as a special nectar, and all the deities and the demons want to get this soma. And there are so many stories how soma is created and uh, destroyed, or there are how it is transferred from one community to another community. So many stories, whole Vedic literature are somehow related with concept of soma, and in Rig Veda, soma is nicely explained. So in external terms, it could be something, a nectar which gives you life, which give you, which removes all the diseases, all the disorders, obstacles of your life, and give your life in a new dimension, increase your lifespan, and develop various powers inside the body. But also the soma is called about these small drop of nectars which is continuously flowing from the bindu chakra. It is a hidden meaning of these mythological story of the soma. So soma is somehow uh, a nectar of life. So your lifespan or your age is depend on how much nectar is there in your bindu. So if you, it is limited actually, it is not unlimited. So if you can quickly finish this nectar in your bindu, then you will die. So as when the last drop of nectar comes out from the bindu, then in the 40 days you will die. So the death occurs when the last drop come out from the bindu, just after the last drop of the bindu. In the 40 days you die. So somehow our lifespan, our age is there, is stored in the bindu as a nectar, and every time drop by drop it is coming out, and we are using, or you can say wasting every time, these droplets of the nectar. So whole yoga, or hatha yoga especially, is about how to preserve, how to save this soma, how to preserve this soma. So saving this soma is not a easy deal. We do a lot of asana and pranayama and the mudras to really preserve or the saving of this soma. Soma get vaporized in all these centers one by one when it come down to one center to another centers. This nectar when vaporized, this vapor is the prana. This is the really vital or physical energy which is used in different parts of the body, different organs of the body, from cellular level to the motor level. This is the philosophy from the yoga. Well, there could be a biological explanation of all those things in uh, terms of hormones or other things, but somehow the basic thing is that yes, there are some things, some energies working with the physical body which is supporting to function in the body when it get polarized or get some some ATP reactions or getting energy from the glucose, maltose, and fructoses or whatever. But the basic thing is that yes, it is come out from some vaporization of the energy in the chakras, in the centers, and we need to save this energy. When these energies are coming down uh, from bindu, from the top of the head, actually little backside of the head, down, then it vaporizes in the first two centers. We say Agya chakra and Vishuddhi chakra. There are two centers, and when it vaporizes there, then the vapor comes out in this area of your head, and this prana is known as ojas. Ojas is a special type of prana where it is used for the intellect. It is used for uh, anything which is mental power, mental understanding, recognition, your cognitive power, your visualizations, everything is come out from the ojas. So ojas is the mental power, intellect power. So those having this vapor more inside the head, they have more intellect, IQ, or ojas. So that's why you have seen the deities have a white light around their head. This white light shows actually their ojas in them. When these droplets come down, suppose these two chakras are not properly opened, and then it comes down from these two centers to the other two centers, which is on the heart center or in the Manipur center, which is on the navel center, and then vaporize. Suppose these two centers are not really very opened up or functioning, little dormant, and the drop is not vaporized on the upper two centers, and it goes to the down the middle two centers in the heart center or the navel center. Then when it is vaporized and the vapor comes out from these two centers, this prana is known as tejas. Tejas is a special type of prana which actually perform your all physical activities. Is helpful for metabolism or all respiratory and digestive functions. So all the functions have actually because of this tejas prana, and this tejas prana is working in different organs, in muscles, in the bones, in different forms and different ways. Tejas prana is very important for functioning of the body, for your actions, every type of actions you do with this prana. And now suppose you all upper and middle part is not really very strong functioning, then this prana is slipped down to the lower two centers, we say the sacral center or the perineal centers. These two centers, when vaporized there, then the prana comes out is called Retas prana. Retas prana is a very potential power prana. This is a potential power which is somehow stored inside you every time, because whenever you don't use your upper centers, and then prana, these droplets of the bindu comes down and is stored slowly to Retas, and this Retas prana gets stored up with a lot of potential power. And this is usually work in lower organs like reproductive system, excretory system, but the most important part of Retas is your instinctual functions. So you can say, according to this, there are three basic clouds or the glands of these prana. So these big bunch of the prana which get stored, the ojas prana is known as Rudra Granthi, and the middle where Tejas prana is stored is known as the Vishnu Granthi, and where the Retas prana is stored is called Brahma Granthi. So there are three basic storehouse or store clouds are there, in which these special pranas are get stored with. So you see, I'm using the term Rudra, Vishnu, and Brahma. This Brahma, Vishnu, and Rudra is actually the three basic god, the three basic deities or the god in Indian mythology, where Brahma is the creator, the generator. Yes, of course, in our body, the reproductive system, excretory system is actually functioned by this Retas prana, the Brahma Granthi, which controlled all those functions which the creation and the excretion, the destruction happens. So Brahma Granthi is for that. And Vishnu Granthi is for the protection and to perseverance and to function in all different parts of the body. So as we said that the Tejas prana is actually function our metabolism, digestion, respiration, and other whole functions of the body. So Vishnu is the deity of protection. Vishnu is the deity, the God who runs our life, who take care of everything of our life. He is like we are the child and he is the father. So he take care of each and everything in our life. So Vishnu is the deity for that. So this is the Granthi, this is the cloud, this is the storehouse of the prana, where we get this type of protection. That's why it's named as Vishnu, or Vishnu is named because of that prana. And the last one is the Rudra Granthi. Rudra is known as the destroyer of the avidya, the ignorance. So Rudra is the wisdom, where we destroy our ignorance, the maya, the bondage. And this Granthi is for IQ, intellect, and wisdom. So Ojas Prana is stored there in the Rudra Granthi. So these are three Granthis which we needed to understand. Now we understand the five basic prana. The five basic prana is depend on the direction of the prana. We say panch prana. These are prana is the same, but it is recognized as the different movements, how they move, in which direction they move. If the prana is moving the upward direction, then it is called prana. Prana is normally known as the prana which is moving upward direction. When this energy or prana is moving downward direction, then it is known as apana. Apana is a type of prana which is tend to move downwards. And when it is moving like lateral moving, like side by side, left to right, right to left, then it is known as samana. Samana is normally a prana which is somehow left right movement, left right, right to left. This type of movements they do. And udana is a prana where it is like a spiral movement. Spiral movement, here you can see in the picture, there are some spiral movements in different parts of the body, especially on our hands and legs and limbs. These udana energy is used. And vyana is a prana which is all pervading, which is all pervading our body. Whenever it is needed, this vyana prana can be used. So it is in all directions and it is all pervading. So these prana are actually same, but according to their dimensions, movements, or in different directions, it is named like that. And it all are important in our meditation of the chakras and the understanding of the prana, because these terms are quickly used time by time. You should understand the really concept of these terms so that it will be easy to understand the concept of prana and chakra later on. Now we not only that, there are some basic prana also. Upaprana, we say the sub prana, smaller form of prana, more subtler form of prana. The name is very difficult in Sanskrit. It is called Nag, Devdat, Urm, Dhananjay, and Krikar. These are used in when we sneeze, when we fart, when we just like different functions of the prana. These upaprana is used when you are in samadhi, when the main basic prana is not functioning, when you are sleeping, or when you are sick. This prana is used in those time when your normal five pranas, pran, apan, vyan, udan, saman, is not working. Then this prana is working. Now we understand how to work on the prana. Before we understand the basic on chakras, first we need to understand the prana. First we need to feel the prana. Prana is actually the feeling. Anything, whatever you feel, it is because of the prana. Whatever you feel is also prana, and who is feeling, the sense organs, it is also sense organ feel through the prana. They feel the prana through the prana. And who feel the prana? Yes, this is just like a riddle, puzzle, but yes, prana means the feeling. That's why the practices of prana start with the feeling. If you feel, then really the prana gets started. So some people also they connect with it with the senses. Yes, in the form of tanmatra or the senses, the prana is the way which make you know something, which you are aware of something, which you get a feeling of something. So the prana is very closely related to the feeling and senses. Somehow the feeling and senses is the form of prana in which we know the prana, recognize the prana. And there are various ways to do it. So today we are going to practice to feel the prana. And if you do this practice every day, then you slowly start feeling the prana with your senses. And sometimes this prana also get contaminated. There are various reasons of contamination. It could be like when you are connect with some impure prana, a person which has impure prana, you also get contaminated with them. If you go to some place which is already contaminated, and of course you get effect of those things. Not only that, if you have a wrong lifestyle, a wrong way of breathing and working, and even your wrong way of body movements, your body language, your psychology, your personality, and yes, it also contributes or collects uh, or store the contaminated prana inside you. So there are various reasons of contamination of prana. Yeah, but prana can be clean. All type of disease is because of the contamination of the prana. When there is a disease, you got some symptoms. Suppose you have high BP or the fever, the temperature get up, or any type. It's like a cough, cold, cancer, or any type of disease. It is actually the contamination of the prana. Prana get contaminated in some way. There are some energy channels get blocked some way. So you need to remove those blockages. So when we talk about the cleansing of prana, it means you are actually cleansing, removing the blockages of the prana, removing the contamination of prana by making the channel, the pranic channel, very clear. When you make the pranic channel very clear, then the prana properly expands in your body, and its blockage get over. Then you get the cleansing, the purification. This is actually the meaning of purification and cleansing. Normally we do by various type of actions. In a yoga we have shat karma, 6 basic actions. In Ayurveda it is panch karma. So either 5 karmas or 6 karmas in Ayurveda and yoga. It really helpful for cleansing of prana. So the neti, when you clean your nasal passage, actually the inside there is the cleansing goes inside, the effect goes inside, and the sinuses get clean because of the neti process, the pouring of water from one nostril to another. You need some good yoga teacher to get learn the neti, or in my coming classes, we are going to teach neti. So we have a class in next month on detoxification, where we are going to uh, teach you in a great detail how to do this neti and other cleansing practices. Yes, so there are various ways you can learn from any yoga teacher that how to clean by neti, nauli, kapalbhati, tratak, basti, dauti. There are various practices, 6 practices, and every practices have, again, there are many practices. So with the satkarma, you also do asana. So people understand asana as a yoga. Yoga is not asana. Asana is just for cleansing of your prana, just only removing the blockages of the prana. The yoga has a very big sense, and asana is very small part of it. So when you do shatkarma and asana, you actually try to clean your prana, purify your prana, make your pranic circuits very clean, so that prana can pass through various circuits and various circulation in the pure and clean, without blockages, without resistance. So when you get this type of purification, then what happens? Then sattva attributes develops in your body. So there are 3 gunas according to Ayurveda and yogic philosophy: the sattva, rajas, and tamas. So sattva is the purest state. So in purest state, when you go, even not only the cleansing of the body parts, when your mind is clean, your emotions are clean, very positive and good thoughts are there, very constructive and positive thoughts are there, then there is a self-purification inside you, and sattva develop time to time. So you need not only these exercises of asana and shatkarma, but also you change in your lifestyle, like your foodings, your how you do anything, how you behave, how you live in your life. So your all eating habits, your sleeping habits, your behavior, so it also develops a sattva state of your mind. So there is also one more point it is important to understand about the yantra. So there we are talking about the circuits. There are so many circuits in a body, means the prana flows through varieties of pranic channels like electric circuits. In your home there are electric circuits. Because of these circuits you can see, you can on the lights, because of the same circuit, same electricity, but different circuit, You can just on your fan or air conditioners or other things. Means energy change one form to another form, maybe kinetic energy into the light energy or light energy or heat energy. One electricity changes into various forms just by the circuits. Electricity moves in circuit and different circuits and creates a different form of the energy, different form of the electricity. Similarly, like that, the prana, when it moves in a different circuits, these circuits are known as the yantra. There are varieties of yantra in our whole body, many thousands of yantra. And when prana moves through these yantras, then what happens? The different powers and energies, shakti, urja, they produce in the body and which perform different functions in the body and the mind. So whatever functions are doing in a body and mind, yoga philosophy says because of different yantras in the body, the whole body and mind is a big mechanism of the yantra or the circuits where the prana, the electricity moves in different circuits, or different prana moves in different yantras, and different energies, physical energy, vital energy, varieties of energy, electromagnetic fields develops in the body, and any function of your mind, thoughts, emotions, or physical motor organs functions develops or functions. So these yantras create some field, electromagnetic field, which is three-dimensional. We say mandala. Mandala is what? The electromagnetic field or the yantra in a three-dimensional form. It occupies some space and it do some work. So it has three-dimensional length, breadth, height with some functions. So this is mandala. Mandala is a three-dimensional form of the yantra. So this, when this mandala happens, then there is a polarization of energy. Then energy functions in a specific space of your body. So there are different mandalas in the body, outside the body. So mandala is very commonly talked in the yoga philosophy and Indian mythology, not only Indian, also in the Buddhism. The mandala is highly explored. Also, there is a concept of mantras. So these mantras are some syllables, some group of letters or vibrations. When you speak those things, then the prana, the energy moves in a specific circuits because of those vibrations, because of those syllables you used to speak through your mouth or just mentally visualize or mentally imagine or mentally repeat those words or combination of words, and because of those specific combination of vibrations, some specific movement pattern of energy reveals or come up, or its work in a form of yantra. So mantra can create the yantra and yantra create the mandala. So somehow the mantra comes first, because of the mantra yantra develops, and from the yantra the mandala develops. Also by asana and pranayama and the mudra practices, you develop the yantra. So you can develop the yantra by the mantra also, or by the asana and the mudras also. So this way you can understand the prana. The prana has one more dimension, the pranayama. As I said, that pranayama is prana plus ayama, the expansion of prana in different dimensions. So when you do some breathing practices, actually I say not breathing, holding of breath practices. The pranayama is the kumbhak, the holding of breath, or not breathing, or breathlessness in different ways. Hatha Yoga says there is 8 basic ways of breathlessness or kumbhak, in which prana can be expanded in different dimensions in the body, mind, and outside. So we can go to the realm of energy. There is a realm of energy. We say prana maya kosha. So this is kosha, the seat of energy, where everything is in the form of energy, not in a form of matter, but it's form of energy, where we can feel the vibrations. So this vibration create that realm of energy, and after that we understood, we feel it as a matters or different objects of different shape and size. But in a quantum level, it is actually the different energies and vibrations. And science approve this aphorisms or myths of the philosophy, Indian mythology. So when you do the pranayama, you not only go to the realm of the energy, also you boost your ojas, tejas, and ritas. We discuss the ojas, the prana of the head, the rudra granthi, the tejas, the prana of the middle part of the body, which is say to tejas as a Vishnu granthi, and ritas, the lower part of the body, the prana, down from the navel, and which is known as the Brahma granthi. So this can boost up, and the real aim of yoga is, or the pranayama, or whatever the function of the prana, the aim of prana, when we really learn the prana, is aim to boost up, to strengthen the ojas, tejas, and retas. And one more thing is that not only strengthen and get more functions of those prana, but also the retas can be transformed or sublimated into upper forms of energy. Retas can be sublimated into tejas and ojas by, we say, urdhva retas. When this prana get upwards, this prana get upward journeys, upward form. When retas get upward, so we say urdhva retas, and those who can do that, we say urdhva reta. So in Vedic literature, urdhva reta is a one person who is very important role in yajna, in yajna. We'll discuss the yajna also in our coming courses in last of this year, and we discuss the different forms of the Vedic yajna, tantric yajna, or different forms of yajna. Anyways, so this Urdhva Reta is a person who can sublimate their lower prana, the retas, the Brahma Granthi, uh, sublimate it into higher form in the tejas and the ojas. And we do it to preserve the bindu. The preserve main aim is, again, all the pranayama is done to preserve the bindu, the nectar which is flowing down. When it vaporizes in the upper chakras, upper centers, then your life get longer. The nectar get stayed there for a long time. So the bindu droplets not coming very fast. The demand of the body is lesser. And the demand, when demand is lesser, the bindu excrete less nectar. Because when your prana is here in the ojas center, suppose, then you need less nectar for your function. But when the prana in the tejas, you need more and more prana. So, and when it is in retas, then maximum demand of nectar is there from the bindu. So we try to active less the retas and tejas, more to the ojas, more to the upper part of the energy centers, and it is aimed to the preserve bindu. If you use only the upper parts or the middle part, then less amount of nectar could be used. The pranayama is also aimed to purify the nadis. So when you need to purify the nadis, because nadis are the pranic channels, so it is important to do some practices where these pranic channels can be purified. There is a practice called nadi shodhan pranayama. It's a type of pranayama where we do alternate nostril breathing and do some kumbhak, some breathless practice, and then we actually purify the pranic channels. All these practice of pranayama that keeps good health, almost all type of sickness and disorders can be removed by the different combination of pranayama. It develops the stamina in your body. It's also very good for those immune system in your body and useful for well-being. If you are doing pranayama every day, you will not get any type of disease and disorders for the sure. So pranayama supports your life, supports your well-being of your life. So the pranayama is a core part of the Hatha Yoga system. So Hatha Yoga is totally based on preserving the bindu and giving a good health with the practice of pranayama. So we discuss pranayama in upcoming classes of classical meditation, and we have a special program in a July month this year about the pranayama. So in great detail we discuss about it. Now we discuss on the prana vidya, which is the main study, main knowledge of the prana. So whole knowledge of prana is somehow we keep under the spectrum of the prana vidya. So prana vidya is the art of interplay with the prana, how we play with the prana. Prana is a subject where you can not only feel it, knowledge about it, not only control it, also play with it. And the art of playing is with this prana is known as prana vidya. We connect with the nature. So nature is all about the prana. We already discussed how the macrocosmos and microcosmos is connected with each other, and our nature and external nature is somehow connected. And this connection is with the uh, transaction of prana from outside to inside and inside to outside also. Just like our one cell is connected to the whole body, we ourselves is connected with the cosmos, and this connection, the nature to inner nature to the outer nature, is known as the pranavidya. We learn not only to feel our body, to understand our body, but also to understand the macrocosmos, the cosmic function of the prana, the interplay of the prana in that. You can feel uh, the prana in different forms. Not only that, you can feel the communication, the non-verbal communication with the living things and non-living things. There are so many rishis, those who are experts of prana vidya. They can communicate with the animals, they communicate with the trees, plants, and any form of the cosmos. There is always some communication is going on between you and the body, between you and the cosmos. There is some talking, always communication with the you and the trees and animals. You don't know, even your body language says many things, but yes, there is some communication is going on. Even two people meet each other, even they don't talk with each other, but there is some communication, non-verbal communication is going on in the form of energy, in the form of prana. So even we don't know, we communicate from the universe all the time, 24 hours every day, in the form of non-verbal communication. And when we come to know about these non-verbal communication, then you can understand how in every time, every seconds, you are connected with the supreme, with the God, with the cosmos. You feel like you are the omnipotent. You can do everything whatever you like because you connected with the Mahaprana, with the cosmic prana. And whatever happens is like your desire. Whatever happens everywhere, you feel yourself like the omnipotent. Well, the prana vidya can be also be used as the pranic healing. The best use of pranic vidya is the healing. So when you get into with these practices of the prana, you learn how to heal each other, and for that we first need to purify ourselves. So in the pranic healing practices, first we purify ourselves by different practices, and when you purify ourselves, then you start feeling the cosmic prana. This is the second step. When you are a static feeling of the cosmic prana, then with your love and compassion, you try to heal each other. Even if you have a feeling of cosmic prana, if you don't have love, if you don't have compassion, then you cannot heal. Pranic healing is important when uh, is working only when you have a deep compassion inside. So it is very important. So those who want to be a pranic healer, just check themselves if there is a love and unconditional compassion, unconditional love is working inside to them or not. If they are selfish, they cannot be a pranic healer. Or those pranic healers, they become the selfish, their healing powers get lost, and they himself or herself suffer from many diseases. I see many pranic healers, they get various type of diseases, sickness, because of lack of unconditional love and compassion in them. So this is are the healing attitude. So this healing attitude must be there in them. So if you have healing attitude, then we of course we should learn the pranic healing, the very natural way of healing. Maybe it is on your demand. If you people are demand, then we can also make such type of lectures and discourses and programs on the pranic healing, so that you can learn the real way of Reiki or pranic healing. We need some symbols in the pranic healing. These symbols are only given when you are attuned in the practice. So you need some initiation or tuning with the symbols. And then when you symbolize your prana with that visualizations, or you visualize those symbols every day, every time, then the prana get into a specific circuits or yantras. And these yantras, these symbols are actually used for healing of the others. So you not use your real individual prana, but you take the prana from the cosmos, from the universe, and that prana you use for the healing of others. These healing are many types, not only healing the sick people, but also those areas where the prana get contaminated. You can work on that. Even people when use on the plants, on the animals, on the pets, on the trees. Even when you eat food, you can use your pranic healing for your food. Any ways, there are varieties of ways. Some people do distance healing also, mass healing also. So varieties of scopes are there, but you need various types of ethics and precautions with that. So uh, when you do these pranic healings, you have to follow some ethics, some natural rules and precautions. We are going to go detail on discussions on your demands. If you want to learn pranic healings, we can make create special classes for that. Then we discuss all the ethics. There are basics 5 ethics and 12 precautions in all over the pranic healings and pranic practices, and it goes to few days to learning these practices of pranic healing. But yes, you need, again, if you have that healing attitude, then you go forward for this teaching, learning. Now, one very important part of this prana is the siddhis. Whenever you get perfected in any practices of prana, when you first go through the cleansing of the prana, when you get introduced or feeling of the prana get started in your body, then according to the practice by practice, what type of practice you are doing for the prana, you get the perfections, and or you say siddhi. Siddhi means the perfections, and perfection is not only you get the art of that practice, also it is a power you get with the practice. Every practice of prana is actually give some special powers. These powers are sometimes extraordinary in the nature. So it's sometimes it's a parapsychology in nature, like telepathy, like clairvoyance, like precognition, postcognition, or different parts of the siddhis we will discuss later on. So these pranic circuits are responsible for those supernatural powers, because these mudras or circuits create certain type of power, certain type of energies when your vital energy or physical energy sublimates into various powers, various siddhis by specific pranic circuits. Then this siddhi reveals. And one more thing that I am telling you, it is not like by practices and continuous by your continuous practices you achieve the siddhi. No, it's not like that. But it's like you reveal the siddhis. Siddhis are always with us. We don't know about it. Yes, by various practices, by various creating the circuits and mudras in the body, inside your pranic structure, then it reveals, it come up, it manifests. It's somehow like unmanifested in your body. When you come to know about it, it is, yes, it is your existence, it has power of omnipotent, omniscience, omnipresence, but somehow it get unrevealed or unmanifested. So when you go through the practices of the prana, what you do is you reveal it, you unmanifest those things, these powers. And one thing more here I want to add here is when even you explore the powers cannot be You cannot say you completely control the powers. Powers itself has their own existence. You cannot control completely the powers. Powers cannot be controlled completely. It is a Shakti. It is an individual than the Shiva. If your pure consciousness is the Shiva, then Shakti, the Parvati, the Shakti is individual from the Shiva. Even in the Ardhanaraswara state, the state where the Shiva Shakti together, there is no difference between Shiva and Shakti. But in the individual life, in the worldly life, the powers and you are two different things. So what we are going to study today is about all about the prana, how prana we can understood in the practices in our day-to-day life, and where we are going. So as per understanding, now we are going to practice the meditation on that. So before we go to meditation, I just remind you following things. You follow the instructions carefully, and it will be my instructions next half an hour, and at that time try to just listen and follow the instructions. But in any case, if you cannot close your eyes, you can open your eyes and see your screen. There will be a beautiful screen in front of you. At the screen you can gaze on that and try to do the practices inside. So both ways you can do, either you close your eyes and the practice, or you can open your eyes, look at the screen and follow the instructions. But in both the cases, the following of instruction is important. So next half an hour, we are going to introduce you how to feel the prana. And during this feeling, you focus on all the senses working with the instructions. As much as you visualize the practice, you aware of the instructions, what I say, as much as you practice, you start feeling those things. So let us get ready for the practice. All of you just close your eyes for Om chanting. We will chant Om 3 times and then we follow the practices. So all of you gently close your eyes. Feel your whole body. Bring your awareness to your eyebrow center. Visualize there a tiny golden flame in the eyebrow center. With this visualization, we will chant 3 Om together. Keep the visualization along with this chanting. For Om chanting, take deep breath in. I will chant a Shanti mantra. Just listen the Shanti mantra. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You can keep your eye closed, or anytime if you want to open your eyes, you can open your eyes. Keep on looking on the screen if you want, or keep your eyes closed. Feel your whole body. Feel your both legs, both arms. You are sitting in a comfortable posture. Try to keep your spine straight, head and spine in a straight line. Your shoulders are relaxed. Eyes are closed or gazing on a screen. Relax your eye muscles. Relax your facial muscles. Relax your whole body. Say to your whole head region, relax. Say to your whole middle part of your body, torso, the trunk, as relax. Relax each muscles, ligaments, bones. Relax your limbs, hand and legs. Relax your right side of the body. Relax your left side of the body. Relax your front of the body. Relax your back side of the body. Whole body get relaxed. Keep your body completely still, calm, without movement. When you learn the art of relaxing the body and not moving the body, then you can directly feel the prana. So to feel the prana, the first thing is learn to kaya sthairyam, the stillness of the body. Try not to move a single bit, smallest bit of your body. Completely still. Feel you become a stone, a big stone, a heavy stone, which cannot move. Completely still. Feel the inner parts of your body. Feel the inside of the head, the brain, the right hemisphere of the brain, the left hemisphere of the brain, your skull, different organs. Feel your right eye. Feel the left eye. Completely still. Your cheeks. Your maxilla bones. Your teeth. Your tongue. Your palate. nasal passages completely relax. Your mouth, your nostrils, right nostril and the left nostrils, upper lip and the lower lip, the chin, everything completely relax. Feel prana around your head called Ojas prana. Feel the prana there as the Ojas prana. Feel your whole head as energy. Just visualize your whole head as a balloon. Only skin is there, inside is empty. Inside there is a space, an empty space called Chidakash. Feel the space there and the energy is known as Ojas. You, you will feel something is flowing there inside your head, not static. Find out the flow. Now slowly come down between your navel and throat. Feel your middle body. Feel when you breathe in, your lungs fulfill. When you breathe out, lungs get empty. Every time when you breathe in, the lungs expands, your belly expands. Feel this expansion and contraction. Feel the emptiness when you exhale, the fulfillness, completeness when you inhale and lungs get fulfilled. Feel the prana is flowing in your chest and belly. Feel the prana. Visualize this whole middle space as a balloon. Only skin is there. Big balloon from navel to throat. And inside is empty, only skin is there. Feel the space there inside this trunk, the balloon which is known as Hridayakash. Feel the space there, the prana there. This prana is known as Tejas prana. Feel this prana as much as you can feel. Keep your body still and calm. Feel this space of Hridayakash. Now shift your awareness to the lower space, the navel to perineum. From your navel to perineum, feel this space of the body. Visualize this space again as a balloon with the skin only. You inhale and exhale and feel this space is expanding and contracting. Feel the prana there. The prana there is called Retas. Now we will look at three spaces all together. The lower space, the Arakash, the middle space, Hridayakash, the upper space, the Chidakash, the lower prana, Retas, the middle prana, Tejas, and upper prana, the Ojas. The three Granthis, Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi, and Rudra Granthi. Visualize three spaces with the three pranas. The first step to go with the chakra practice is to feel these three pranas separately in their granthis, in their clouds. Now we do it with the mantra Om. For this mantra, the Om we will divide into three syllables A, U, M. So we chant 3 times A, 3 times U, 3 times M, and 3 times A, U, M together. When we chant A, we visualize the Retas prana and feel the Retas prana there. When we chant U, we visualize the Tejas prana, the middle from navel to throat. And when we chant M, we visualize the prana in the head, the Ojas prana, Get ready for the practice. Keep your body again still, calm, without movement. If you are doing the closed eye, this is the best. Or if it is difficult for you, you can open and gaze on the screen. Get ready. Repeat the same practice once again. Now repeat the last time the same practice. Feel the Ojas, Tejas, and Retas, all three prana in their spaces in the body. Keep your body completely still and calm without movement. You can feel the prana directly when you are in completely still, kaya asthariya. Now bring your awareness to sense of smell. Feel any smell all around. Feel the changing of prana inside you. When you feel the smell is also the prana. When you feel it, have some changes inside your prana level. There is always some smell. As much as your awareness is subtle, you feel that prana. Now switch your awareness to the sense of taste. Become aware of the tongue and feel the taste there. There is always some taste in your mouth, in your tongue. Feel any taste there. When you feel the taste, there will be some changes in your pranic level of Ojas, Tejas, and Vedas. Feel the prana in Ojas, Tejas, Vedas with the feeling of taste. Feel the taste and the prana. Now move to the third sense, the sense of vision. Bring your awareness to eyebrow center or behind your eyes. Feel any color or any type of geometrical figure or any figure or color, shape, anything which you can feel behind your eyes. When you feel this color, the prana is there. Feel the prana. Now shift your awareness to the sense of touch. Feel all the touch in your skin. The sense of touch is also the prana. Feel the prana in Ojas, Tejas, and Vedas. Feel the senses in Ojas, Tejas, Vedas. Feel the prana of sense of touch. Now listen some sounds all around. Listen, the sense of listening. The sounds, the vibration also creates some prana inside you. Feel the Ojas, Tejas, and Vedas with the sounds coming from outside or inside. Feel the Ojas, Tejas, and Vedas. Okay, come back to your body. Feel all the senses and prana together. Now slowly come out from the practice. Slowly move your fingers, your toes. Move your body sidewise. Immediately stretch both sides. And rub your palms, place your palms over your eyes and open your eyes. So this program, 1 hour lecture and half an hour practical. The first session of prana will run 24 hours from midnight to next midnight. And tomorrow there will be next session, which is very important part of the chakra, that is the kanda. There we discuss the psychic knots, pranic knots, the nadis, guchaks, and the concept of chakras. We also go through very important practice of kanda and the prana and the chakra tomorrow. And those want to be listening in Hindi, from tomorrow again it will telecast in Hindi also, so Hindi and English both. So all of you very thankful. I'm very thankful you attended this deep session. We have every day many sessions, and up to next 6 months I have continuous sessions in different episodes, in different courses and programs. This program is completely free for all of you, but please donate us, because these donation will be used in various human welfare and very important social works. You can see this in our website yogiraj.org, and support us for our development. Thank you. Namaskar.